We're back. Welcome everybody to #WINELADS Part 2 or Episode 2. I'm Boomer.
I'm Cal.
And today we're going to talk to you about wine.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Clue's kind of in the title.
Yeah.
Should we call this one Two Wine, Two Lads?
Oh,
And
nice.
the next one could be Tokyo Drift. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the thing now. Right, so welcome to Two Wine, Two Lads.
And there is two of us. Oh my god, this works on so many levels.
Outstanding. So we have to get like a Japanese wine for the next one?
Yes.
Plum wine or something?
Ooh.
I don't know. Have you ever had Japanese wine?
I don't know. I don't think so, no. Maybe it's time.
Is sake a rice wine?
Yes, I believe so.
So yeah, so I've had
that. Yeah, I've had that. Yeah.
Does that count? Why not?
Let's say yes. Yeah. We're connoisseurs of wine, clearly. I
did have one because I went to Japan last year, and I had this like I kept trying to try sake, and I'd like every time I had it, I was underwhelmed with it and didn't really like it. But I did have one which was I got it off some street vendor, and it was sake, but then he said something to me in Japanese I didn't understand. I just pointed at a red vat next to him. I went, yeah. So he like then started spooning stuff out of that, and it was like a weird combination of like it had actual rice in it, like pieces of rice. Then he would put sake.
Oh.
It looked like red wine, but he added sake to it, and it had like actual rice in it as well. So you could have eaten it with a spoon. It was really strange, but actually really tasty. But then it got weird. Like the further down you get, and then there's more rice in it. In the end, it became this like really alcoholic rice pudding.
Wow, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to know what it was called, but the guy didn't speak English, so I couldn't really. And everything was written in Japanese on there, so I have no idea what it was.
Maybe someone can let us know in the comments.
Yes, please let us know if you have any idea what I'm talking about. I don't.
Oh, cool. Oh, no. Yeah, I was so jealous that you went to Japan. I really want to go.
I'm going. If all this cuts it out by, I think it's October, I'll be going back.
Yeah. I think, it's times like this that it's like, well, I need to try and book in as many holidays as I can because you never know when you're not going to be able to go again.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. We're supposed to be going to Portugal in July. I'm supposed to be playing a festival out there called Unifant, which should be cool. Don't know if that's going to happen now.
Yeah.
It's like the end of July, but it's still, who knows?
I would love it if it was happening, but I have a feeling that we might still be stuck indoors.
Yeah, I'm not going to be shocked if it turns out we can't. We haven't booked our flights yet because I think I've just said yes to playing it. But so that's with Old Man Boom. You can check out Old Man Boom on Spotify.
I mean, you should check out Old Man Boom on Spotify because it's really good.
Thank you very much.
I mean, it's Boomer, in case you guys didn't realise.
Yeah, that's me. I am Old Man Boom. So if you want to see a dickhead play a banjo, then do that.
You should do it.
Yeah, all the proceeds of the sales of the EP I have, which you can buy from Our Real Records, go to Norfolk Greyhound Rescue. So I don't make any money out of it, but the Greyhounds do. So
we should probably link this actually in the description. We'll link all this. We'll give you all the links to this. Cool. All right. Well, how's your week been? And more importantly, how's your wine?
Oh, so week's been all right. Not really done much. Just been working, busy. So I'm still working the whole time, which is nice. I'm glad I am because otherwise I'd be really bored.
Yeah, it's quite lucky that we are both people who have been able to continue. Our jobs allow us to work from home. I mean, you work from home anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
It's
been a big investment for me.
There's a lot. I know that there's a lot of people who've been put out by this, so we're actually very fortunate. As much as working can be a bit of a slog at home, it's lucky that we can do it because it means we've got a bit more job security there. So yeah, it's quite good. I'm the same. I've been working all week. I had my first bad day the other day at work. It was a bit of a negative day, but a really positive one today. So it all balances out.
Excellent. Good. So has the week been all right? Or?
Overall, yes, because it's been a 4-day week and it's Friday tomorrow. And give it that weekend, give it that wine.
Yeah. So speaking of wine, what do you have? What have you brought to the table?
So I went out today and I did I did a big essential shop. I used my lunch break because I thought maybe the supermarket would be pretty empty, which it was. It was all right. There was people not following the rules and not using the signs and going anywhere they wanted, which annoyed me. But I stuck. Oh, it's fucking so annoying. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I can only follow the rules myself, so I followed the signs and I went around and I just was going around picking up stuff that I needed. So I've got a lot of nice food which I can cook up and then make that last. Picked up some barbecue stuff because last weekend I smelled a lot of barbecues and it made me jealous, and so I've got some stuff for when it is. I mean, it's quite sunny today. Apparently it's supposed to be a bit sunny on Sunday, I think, but the rest of the weekend's not so great. But yeah, got some stuff of that.
Well, we had a mini Zoom barbecue, or what was it, Google Hangouts barbecue, or whatever we had.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I forgot about
me
that.
and Shell in our garden, and you and Ben in yours.
Yeah, that's true. So, I completely forgot about that. Yeah,
I'm glad
but
it was so memorable for you.
and we watched. We had a Netflix party afterwards. That was good.
Oh, well. The film wasn't. If anyone's thinking about watching Blockers or Cock Blockers, they're too afraid to say, I'd advise against it. It's a terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good, and
even John Cena couldn't save that train wreck.
It was kind of annoying because it was basically the gist is it's parents going around trying to stop their daughters from having sex, and one of the dads is like, no, like we all did this, like just let them do it.
Yeah, he's like the dad, but he's the only one who understands his kids.
Yeah, at the end they sort of like show him in the light where it's like actually he was kind of he was all right. But actually, he was all right the whole time. The
whole time. He's the only adult I was on the side of. Like, he is the only one not being a prick about this. He just has nothing to do, so he's going along for the ride just because he thinks it's hilarious.
I think he does also mention it at one point. I can't remember the actor's name. I've seen him in a few things actually, but I can't remember his name. But at one point, he does say like, if these were your sons, you would be encouraging them to do that. Yeah. But because they're your daughters, it's like, yes, mate, yes.
Yes, and this is the bad parent, apparently.
Stupid stuff. Yeah, let them go have fun. Let them bang about. Nothing wrong with a bit of sex. Just be safe. Just be safe.
Indeed.
All sorts of advice on this. Anyway, back to the wine. So I went in and I picked up a couple of bottles of wine. I've got one for today. And it's the name you'll probably recognise. It's a staple at my parents' house whenever I've gone there for maybe like Sunday roast. They always have a bottle of this, but I'm pretty sure they only normally have the Cabernet. They never have the Merlot version of it. It's Castellera del Diablo.
Very nice.
Now I really like this wine. It's not particularly expensive. It was on offer. I think it's really, really tasty, but I don't think I've had the Merlot. And I was talking about Merlot last time, I think.
You were, yes.
Yeah, so
I think
I'm gonna go with the Merlot.
Oh.
Yes, this is gonna be my catchphrase episode. I'm gonna find the right one. I'm gonna make it stick.
Good. If we get a good one, we can make a T-shirt out of it.
Exactly. There we go. Merchandising. Thinking about it.
Wine somehow. Right. So
yes. What have you got?
Well, I'm glad I picked this one because I also have two wines, and I have one of those, but it's the red edition.
Oh, you did get
I have one of them.
A Diablo.
Yeah, I have one of them. Wine from the Devil's Cellar, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
As I saw on an advert while I was watching about 10 minutes of The Mask of Zorro.
Yeah, because it sponsors films on some channel.
Yeah, whatever channel it was. I'm gonna guess it's an ITV channel because that feels like something ITV would play every day.
Yeah,
the Mask or the Mark, whichever one had Anthony Hopkins in it, and
I can't remember.
People, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Antonio Banderas. That was it. So yeah, I didn't go for that one instead. I went for a Lidl purchase this time.
Oh, Lidl do good wines. I've had some great wines from Lidl before.
Yeah, I went to go get a cheap bottle to do some cooking with, but all the cheap wine was gone when I did my shop like a week or two ago. So I just grabbed one that cost, I think, $4.99, $5.99, something like that. So I've gone for a Malbec today.
Oh, my other wine is a Malbec.
So this is a. I'm going to butcher all pronunciations here. So it's in Comte Tolosan Indication Géographique Protégé, whatever that means. It's from 2018. I believe that was a good year. Do years mean anything anymore?
I would love to be able to tell you exactly what they mean.
Just make something up.
I can't. I don't know. Mine is also from 2018, though. A good year for wine.
Yeah, so today is the 2018 Two Wine, Two Lads edition of wine. So, yeah.
Well, this my wine it won the world's most admired wine brands 3 years in a row.
Whoa.
2015, 2016, and 2017. It's very good.
I don't think mine has any awards. It's just a wine. Yep, Malbec. Nope. It's a Géographique Protégé, as I've said already.
Well, there you go.
Or rather, an indication Géographique. I don't know if that is like points towards it. I don't know.
We will learn these things. We will become very knowledgeable, so we can genuinely pass that information. I'm going to take off my glasses because all you can get is a reflection of the screen in my eyes. There you go. Now you can see my dead eyes. Yeah. So I'm just looking at the back of mine. It's got winemaker's notes. Very good. A smooth, medium-bodied Merlot that perfectly combines plum and red berry flavors with the smoky cedar wood aromas. Now, I was thinking, without looking at the wine, I was thinking today there is a bit in Fraser where he's tasting his wine. I think he's doing his wine blog when Niles becomes Corkmaster and he wants to start his own wine show because he gets really jealous of him.
I remember I actually remember that. I do remember the odd one or two, and I remember the Corkmaster.
Yep. And he's tasting it, and he mentions something about cedar aroma, and I was like, I'd love to get a wine that's supposed to have a cedar aroma. I picked one up just purely from instinct.
Well, I've got no tasting notes on mine, which means I'm on my own, which is I could just make up any old shit today, which probably helps me actually. I'll just say things. You have no idea if it's true. Actually, I will try. I'll do my best to actually tell the truth, but
it's all right. We can edit all the stuff where we're unsure about it out and just look like we know what we're talking about.
I'll do a fact check after every episode and then make sure that whatever we say,
and see how right we were.
If we say anything too accurate, I'll take it out.
Yeah. Oh no, we should leave that in, surely.
I'll be looking. I don't know how much accurate we'll say, but yeah, I guess. Today I have I've got a cork instead of a.
See, I've got a twisty top.
I don't have a proper opener, so you go for that one, and I may be some time.
It's got a lovely waft of that. I'm going to enjoy this. So mine says it's also got a food match on mine. So while you're doing that, I'll just run through that. Ideal to match with pasta, risotto, and lightly spiced red meat dishes. Now, lightly spiced red meat dishes sounds perfect right about now, and I'll tell you why. So I was working from home today, and I've always been very adamant that because I'm working from home, it's very important to have time away from my laptop. However, there was a couple of things that I really needed to get done today. So the only time I got away from my laptop was my lunch break, which I used to go to Tesco to go and buy my essentials. So I didn't really eat anything until about an hour or two ago. And what I ate was 4 croissants.
Nice. Well, that would go well with this because this is a French Malbec.
Oh, there you go. Mine's from Chile.
Oh,
right, do the old pour.
We didn't say where they're from.
No, we didn't. I'm going to angle this down so the pour can be seen.
Oh, good shout.
Look at that.
Oh, what a sound.
Oh, yeah. Now that is a lot of it. It's a much more deeper colour than the last one I had. And I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that colour.
So what were our steps again? So
So you got to swirl. Was it
You got
swirl
to
it then?
see it first. You got to tilt
Oh, you
it.
got to sit. Yeah, you got to tilt it.
Tilt it at 4:5. So mine's still quite dark actually. This one's actually dark as the last one, which is nice.
Mine is super dark, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, darker the better for wine for me, really.
Exactly.
At some
Well,
point,
for
I
red
should
wine.
definitely, just for variety, I should do like a rosé or a white wine. Maybe a
I
rosé.
was thinking that. I bought 2 reds. I'm gonna pick up a rosé or a white wine or something.
Yeah, whenever I do the next essential shop.
I've poured myself a big glass.
Big boy.
I mean, I'm gonna drink the whole bottle, so it doesn't really matter.
Very true, but you know, there's like
Oh.
some people who will be offended. Like if you go for like a glass up to there.
Which I did do once when I was drunk and I was meeting I wasn't meeting them, but I think it was the meeting of an ex's parents and mine, and my parents had gone
parent
home.
meeting.
Yeah. Well, we had moved in together, so they were meeting, and I apparently, and I remember doing this, but I don't remember the conversation. There was like enough for a glass of wine left, and when I say a glass of wine in my state, I meant full up to the top. And I asked, does anyone want any? And I heard no, but everyone said they wanted some, so I just filled up my glass right to the top. I need to then find out that everyone was like holding their glasses out. So my response to that was, we'll just share it. We'll pass it around the table. We'll share it.
Why don't you just like put the wine in your mouth and just spit it into theirs like a baby bird or something?
Do you know what? That probably would have seemed like a good idea in the state that I was in, but needless to say, I went to bed shortly after that. Yeah, fun times. I love wine.
Yeah. So we've got once now we looked at it. I don't.
Swirl then, and next it's swirl, then it's smell, and then taste, right?
Yep. So, hooray!
I think there's something to do with when you swirl wine. It's how you can test. When it goes up, when it's swelling, when it goes up, and then it comes down, if it like leaves any sediment or something.
Yeah, that's
like
what I was about to say. So, is some of that to do with it being corked, or is that just because that's something I know about wine actually? You know, like because I actually have a cork today. It's intact, all good. But one thing, because the reason for people who don't know, probably everyone knows this, and I'm just like pathetically showing off. But the reason why, like when you go to a restaurant or something, they pour you out just a tiny bit and they ask you to taste it because they're not, you're not going to send it back if you don't like the flavour of it. They're not going to accept it. The reason is to tell if the wine's corked.
This sounds familiar. I think someone's told me this before, but of course, because my mind is like a sieve, I've forgotten it.
Yeah. I remember
that sounds right.
Yeah, I remember when, again, back to the Italian restaurant where me and you had that very nice bottle of wine, actually.
Yeah.
Second cheapest, as we mentioned last time. And I remember like the waiter, like it was a screw top, and then like the guy poured me out a bit, which is just a ceremony thing at this point now because it can't be corked, so people just do that. I don't know why. It's stupid and doesn't make any sense because if
it's a waiter thing.
Corked, so he did. He just like poured me a little bit and goes, "That okay?" I said, I think it's corked, mate. Just to joke with him, and he just like goes, "Oh, no, it's a screw cap." I know. Just anyway. Yeah,
should you give him a little bit of a snifferoo?
Right, you'll have more to say than me. So, what you got?
First off, I don't know if it's just because I really need a glass of wine today, but that smells so good, so good. Oh man, I can feel its power. Right. Let's see what smells and tastes I get from the smell. I'm not even making any sense anymore. I just can't wait to drink this wine. So it's definitely, I can definitely smell the plum in there. Or my mind is telling me that I can. I know I've read it off so it's quite easy that my mind could just be like, oh yeah, it's plum. But that's almost. And obviously, it's really hard to explain this because this will only make sense to me. It's almost like a Christmassy smell to me.
Oh, so like almost like a cinnamony kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like it's borderline. Got like sort of a mulled wine smell to it, but fresher than mulled wine. Like, that's the only way I can think to describe it in this moment. But yeah, there's something very Christmassy and wintry about the smell of this wine. Oh, I feel like I just smelled cherries there, but I don't think this has got. It's got red berries, but I thought I could smell cherries there. But yeah, no, it smells really good. It smells awesome. Can't wait to have a taste.
Yeah, so I've kind of skipped straight away to the tasting because
have you had a taste already?
Yeah, I've done a taste already. I haven't got a lot out of the smell out of this, again, due to the fact that my nose is terrible.
Yeah.
It's a lot thinner smelling than the last one I had. So the last one I had like a mine was like quite thick and bold smelling, whereas this one's a lot thinner and a lot lighter smelling.
It's like we've swapped wines.
Yeah,
this is a lot thicker this time.
Super boozy, despite it not actually being that boozy. Whereas this one is a lot lighter.
I haven't even tasted it yet. I'm going to do that right now.
Oh, I didn't do that, did I? It's definitely a lot lighter than the last one I had. This would have been better for a hotter day, because again, it's like quite, not necessarily thin, because it's not gone that far, but it's like the other one was like quite heavy and pungent, whereas this one's a lot more refreshing and a bit lighter tasting.
This is this one's quite sharp, actually. It's sharp and bold. Mm-hmm. That's how I would interpret that taste. Man, it's really sticking to the sides of my, like the flavour's really sticking to the sides of my mouth. It's almost, and this is not going to sound. There's probably maybe there's not someone who knows more about wine than we do that will tell me the sensation that I'm getting now, but it's almost, I'm just picturing charcoal in my mind right now, and I don't know why from that sip of wine. Really tasty. It's this very very sharp and bold in my mouth.
Interesting.
Fucking wow, I talk a lot of bullshit, but it's good. It's good. I like it. This is going to go down very nicely.
Mine's going down very quickly, not just because it's been a long day. It's got, it's almost something slightly, it's much more bitter, this one. The other one was really fruity, but like not too sharp, whereas this one is, against the 70 or so, it's a little bit sharper.
Yeah.
It adds almost a little, not necessarily metallic taste, I might be saying that wrong, but.
Well, mine had a metallic smell last time, but it tasted very fruity, whereas this is less on the fruit, more on the of the taste. I can only think of sounds and buzzwords to describe it. Do you know what? My cousin is a oh, sorry, I keep talking over you. I really need to stop doing that. I was going to say,
nice to shut up. Go.
my cousin is a sommelier in a restaurant in Edinburgh, I believe. So obviously he knows shitloads about wine. Eventually, I need to reach out to him. Haven't spoken to him in a while. Haven't fallen out on anything. Just all my family's up in Scotland, pretty much. So we should reach out to him and get him as a guest on here, and he can probably talk to us a bit about wine.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Show us up a little bit, though. I mean, not that that's literally anyone who's even read a wine label like correctly can probably show us up.
Nah, wine's in my blood, literally, because I got a drip and I attached it to my vein and I put wine. I don't feel right.
No, I'm enjoying this though. It's not as good as last week, whenever this comes out. Not as good as episode 1.
See, mine's not that it's not. I think I probably prefer the taste of this one because I like a deep coloured, rich wine. I guess that's how you describe it. It's a bit richer. It's not too rich, but it's a bit richer. And I wasn't really expecting the sort of fruitiness and almost summariness of the first one that I had. But well, I did enjoy that because it was quite a nice. It reflected the day quite nicely. See, I really can pick these wines because it's a bit grey outside. This is quite warming, and yeah, man, I'm spot on with wine. I don't need to learn anything.
I've gone the opposite way around both times there. Now it's like grey. It's all overcast. Last time it was like nice and hot, so I had like the thick, heavy wine.
Yeah.
And now it's cooled down, and I've got the thinner, more summery wine. So, oh well, that's fine. Does the same job.
I bought I got a couple of ready meals when I went out for my shop, and I got like a slow cook beef ragu thing and some pasta. This would go perfect with that.
Ooh.
I'm not going to put a ready meal in the microwave while I'm doing this though.
No, that'd be terrible.
But it would. That'd be terrible listening and watching.
Yeah. I would because I've got goulash for dinner, which I'm quite looking forward to. Well, actually, I had it last night, so it's having it again.
Every time I hear goulash, I can never remember what is goulash.
Kind of like a rich, soupy stew kind of thing. Ours has ended up a bit soupier, but I think that's just something went wrong in cooking. So we're having that, and it's very sort of like very rich, sort of. I think there's a lot of paprika in it.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's very good. But I was kind of like something like your wine or the wine I had last week would be better served with it.
Okay.
Well, perhaps maybe the contrast will work well because it's quite a pungent, strong taste. Maybe having something like a little bit lighter like this one would be a good idea.
Yeah, nice. Again, like my cousin will probably have to tell you if it can pair them nicely. Well, that's his job. He picks out wines to pair with food and stuff. So that's another thing I got when on my shop. I got a couple of like herbs to add to like cook. I'm cooking a lot more and trying to stay away from takeaway when people don't need to be making trips just so they can shove food in my gut. But I was doing a bit of research on new like recipes to try last night. I was looking on YouTube and because I like seeing the food get made because who doesn't like seeing that. And it popped up with a. Do you not like watching the food get made?
I can hate shoot food programs. I hate watching.
Really?
I hate watching someone make dinner that I'm not going to have.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that looks great. You're having none of it, pal. Pack of ramen for you.
Saturday kitchen, man. I love it. Oh, so good.
Hate it.
Yeah, no, I was watching YouTube and it was Ainsley Harriott. Ainsley Harriott is a video from like ages ago popped up, and he was just doing real simple sausage and butter bean bake, I think it was, and it's literally tomatoes, a bit of herbs, butter beans, and sausages literally laid on top. You cook that all up and you put it in the oven to finish it off, and it looked fantastic. And I was like, right, I'm going to get that. So I came across the sausages, the butter beans. Already had butter beans. Got some tins of tomatoes. Got the herbs that he put in with it. So if I ever season anything, I only ever do it with like salt and pepper. But I rarely ever actually add herbs to my meals. Which there's probably some cooking people out there who've been like, "You're a fucking idiot." So yeah, I'm going to try and do more of that because again, like with wine, my dad got me into like cooking shows and cooking. He used to be absolutely fantastic at cooking, and I want to be that good as well. So maybe I'll start doing a spin-off where I'm cooking food. I'm not going to do that. I can't be bothered to do that.
No, I love cooking. I've always cooked. My mum's always been a really good cook, so I always used to cook with her, and I've done it kind of forever. I'm quite well equipped. I'm like I can do all the household things. Cooking, cleaning, ironing. I can sew, do basic maintenance. So I'd make someone a good husband.
You are a husband. Oh my God, it already works out.
I don't know if you get Shell to say, "Oh yeah, what a great husband. You can do all that." I say that dude's full of shit.
I hope you're going to edit in like titles that come on like last one. Great husband.
I have to now.
That's more work for you.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll have a slower turnaround on these, so I actually have time to do something this time. And now actually sort of know what I'm doing. Maybe.
I mean, the
But
first one
no,
turned out good.
yeah, I like cooking though. Cooking's good. I like to. We don't really ever have haven't had a ready meal in like forever, except for like I eat a lot of packet ramen, but that's just because I find it delicious. It's not like,
It's so good.
yeah,
I am. I've got a story about packet ramen actually, which I've discovered about myself recently. So I get the I don't know if I'll be able to say the name actually. I get a particular brand which is super spicy, like thick noodles in it, super spicy. It's really good. If I showed you the packet, you'd know it. It's red and black.
Shin ramen.
That's the one. That's the one.
Big fan of shin ramens.
Oh, so good. But the last few times I've had it, I've got really bad, well, not really bad, but like really awkward sort of like lower back pains, which almost feels like it's my kidneys that hurt.
There is a lot of salt in them.
Maybe that's what it is, because it's every time. I mean, I have spicy food. I love spicy food. I've had spicier stuff than that before, and it hasn't given me the same issues that did. But the last 3 times I've had it, I've ended up with what I'm assuming is my kidneys hurting. This could be a serious issue. I don't know. They don't hurt right now. They don't hurt with my excessive drinking. But when I have those noodles, it gets really painful, and it really upsets me because I love those noodles, and it makes me not want to eat them. But then I eat them anyway, and then I
would still do it. I'd consider it totally worth it.
Maybe I need to eat them more so that my body needs to get used to it. Like I had to get my body used to lactose again after I went vegan.
Maybe, yeah, yeah. I still eat some of those products every now and then, so I've never quite got out of it completely.
Yeah.
But Shell does sometimes. Like she gets her stomach just like feels bad after she's eaten. Like when we order like a Big Dirty, which I should clarify what that is. A Big Dirty is a pizza from a specific place in St. Neots where you can order a pizza the size of your stovetop. It's gigantic.
I did it the other week, and it was I did it for one, and it was a mistake because I felt like I wasted a lot of pizza.
Yeah, so because there's 2 of us, it's like basically you have to eat pizza for a minimum of 3 meals each. It's like, oh god, so we call it the Big Dirty because it's big. It's exactly as it sounds. If you were to ever eat a slice of a Big Dirty, you'd be like, fucking hell, I know what you're talking about here. It's brutal yet satisfying experience. It's you always want it more than you think you do when you've actually got it.
That's exactly how I felt when I ordered it, because I was like, I really want this. As soon as it arrived, I immediately thought, I've made a mistake here. I've made a big mistake. But of course, can't say that out loud. No. I've got to stick to my guns. Yeah, I'm going to have this pizza. Because the pizza itself isn't actually that nice. I've had better pizza. But it's the size of it is so good.
There's so much cheese on it.
So much cheese. Too much cheese.
It's actually too much.
You need a balance.
Yeah.
The tomato sauce to cheese ratio needs to be right. Too much cheese, people are going to be going absolutely mental when they hear this.
That's because they haven't had a Big Dirty. They don't know.
Yeah.
You out there in out there land in your house.
You don't know what it's like.
You don't know how much cheese is on those things. It's obscene. And I like cheesy things, but fucking hell, that's a lot of cheese.
First world problems, am I right?
How much it weighs, like the amount of cheese.
Probably best not to think about it.
I tell you what, actually, this would go well with the Big Dirty because it's quite thin and refreshing. You would have room.
Ah, okay.
And that's what I'm going to pair this with. It's from the Big Dirty from St. Neots. I don't know what the actual name of the pizza is. I can't even remember the exact name of the actual restaurant. I won't name and shame them. We're not even shaming them. If you want that, then that is available, and they are providing that service to you. So
I know plenty of people who stand by that restaurant as doing great pizzas. It's just not the right pizza for me. I started I'm a pizza snob though, because I used to be a really picky eater as a child, so I didn't really like anything. But as I slowly grew older and realised, well, hang on a minute. Like, it's like when I found out I liked curry, I was like, well, I like chicken, I like spicy things. curry chicken and a spicy sauce, like I'll probably like that, and I did. Yeah, I'm not big on cheese. Melted cheese is fine. So yeah, I'm not a big cheese guy, but pizza, absolutely love. And I started first realizing, excuse me, first started realizing that I like pizza when I was in Italy, or Sicily to be more exact. With I was on holiday. I was there for 3 weeks as a kid. So I had some family out there, and the pizzas were just so good. And then I came back to the UK. I was like, I need to find a pizza that matches this exact quality. And you can do it. It's really easy. You get some proper like pizza places, but takeaway pizza doesn't do it. And I will eat it. I'll eat takeaway pizza. I'll enjoy takeaway pizza, but it will never be proper pizza. Proper pizza.
What about like even like a Pizza Express or something, which is about as fancy as like chain restaurant pizza gets, I guess.
Pizza Express is good.
They're the polar opposite of the Big Daddy, where they're smaller, fresher, and to make it larger, they literally make it thinner. But you probably get the same amount of cheese on it actually as you would do a regular one.
But I like a thin-based pizza because I feel like that's how they're supposed to be.
Mm.
I've got people who are like, "What again? Like, what are you talking about? You don't know anything." But
I like a thin and crispy.
For me, yeah, thin pizza, a nice ratio of tomato sauce and cheese, and then maybe a bit of Tabasco drizzled on. But that's my own specialty, and I just love that.
Especially I've gone off regular Tabasco now. I'm all about the Chipotle Tabasco. Have you had that one?
Wow, is that the green one?
The brown
one. Oh, okay, so this leads me back into a story about my shopping trip today. Wow, I'm getting a lot out of my shopping trip today.
We haven't got much to do these days. The shopping trip is big news now.
I went out to I'm out Tabasco, so I was like, I'm gonna get some more Tabasco, and then I saw it's in the cupboard behind me, so I'm gonna get it out. I saw, what one did you say you got?
I got the Chipotle one.
I got the habanero one. So I saw this one in there.
That's the hot. Is that hotter than the regular one?
It says it's our hottest sauce. I don't think I'd ever seen this one before. Oh yeah, the Chipotle one is on there.
Yeah,
smoke without fire.
I think the order is habanero at the top, regular, Chipotle, and then jalapeno.
Yeah, the green one.
Or jalapenos, as it's also known.
Yeah, but yeah, this is the hottest one, so I'm very much looking forward to having some of that on the pizza.
Tried that. I don't remember though, actually. I do remember having, because when they brought out these other 3 ones, I had to try them because I'm a bit obsessed with spicy stuff. So yeah, I had them all, and Chipotle is definitely my favourite one. It's the slice. I wish it'd be a little bit hotter because I've ruined my mouth by just putting too many spicy things in it, but I'm well into that one.
Part of the issue that I have, I mean, at the same time, it doesn't really make sense because I have other spicy stuff. But this is the thing that I think has ruined me for these noodles, because when I used to have a particular job on an online marketplace, not the one that you're thinking of, and there was someone on there who sold. We had sellers come on and we helped them get set up. We had someone come on who sold really, 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 really hot sauces. Were awesome, but they also did hot like bar snacks, like they did pork crunch, pork scratchings, they did pickles, they did all sorts. And me and my boss at the time used to love the pork crunch, and it was one of those ones where you put one in your mouth and it would burn like hell, but then the more you had, the more your mouth was already used to it, so that if you eat them quickly, you're fine. So we used to go through a whole bag of them a day, but then it was after that I started realizing I was having wasn't very like it was like nothing, but I was in pain. I got in like a bit of stomach pain and things like that. But that was about it. It was about stomach pain, and that was it. It was a really specific kind of stomach pain, which I always used to describe as like brain freeze, but for your stomach. It's like I could feel how hollow my stomach was, but it was just this really unsettling, uncomfortable. I'm getting into too much detail. But yeah, and I think ever since then it's kind of ruined me for hot things. But I was thinking, Should I try how hot this is now? Is this going to ruin my wine?
The only one way to find out.
Should I just go crazy?
Yeah, do it.
All right.
I'm 100% behind you on this. I want to know.
It looks nice and thick. Man, we're just adding new. I mean,
Hot sauce.
we're not gonna lie. We don't. You know, as soon as we've talked about the wine, that you know, we're open to anything, right? We can.
Yes.
We'll just chat and we'll do.
The wine has been reviewed. That's
wine's good. Drink wine.
Taken care of now. We just move on.
Okay, right.
We'll come back to wine at some point, just to go full circle.
Well, I mean, we've still got to pair it with.
Oh yeah, we got that segment yet to come, haven't we?
Yeah, with the album. Okay, here we go. Thing is, the plastic's off. Oh, it smells good.
How are you gonna do it? He's like gonna go for like a shot in the mouth.
Nothing came out.
Anything yet?
No, it's not really coming out. It's
like a knife or something in the end of it, or a skewer. Might be all bunged up at the top.
Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Go.
How is it?
Oh yeah, that's good. That's real good.
I can't wait till you accidentally touch your face later.
That's got a perfect amount of heat to it. Like you get that hit, but it doesn't make you cough your guts up or anything like that. Oh, there's a bit on the table as well. That's right, this table's been cleaned.
On my next essential shop, I may have to partake in that now.
Oh yeah, that's going to be real good on a pizza or on some of my barbecue food at the weekend if I do a barbecue.
Nice.
I mean, I say I'll do a barbecue. Ben will do the barbecue because it's his barbecue. I'll just eat the food.
You still do it?
Yep.
Well, yeah, make him work for it.
I mean, I'm gonna. I did the shop. He can cook the food.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
No, he likes doing barbecue. I will assist if he needs it, but he'll probably tell me to sit down and be quiet.
Cool. So let's go on to the next topic. As we mentioned a minute ago, so pairing it with a band / album. Do you want to do a band or a band and an album? See how it feels.
I think I'm gonna.
It's going down very quick.
I reckon. Sorry, I just realised that's a lot of dead air. It's quite sharp, quite bold. This may be because I have listened to it recently, so this could be clouding my judgment. I think this wine would go very well with Lonely the Brave.
Ooh. Elaborate on that.
Well, I just feel like there's something raw about. I'm particularly talking about The Day's War, the album. For me, that was a very powerful moment when that got released, because I, along with a lot of people that I know, being a Cambridge band, followed Lonely the Brave for quite a while, and that was a monumental moment when that released. You know, they were signed to a record label, they were doing things, they were on the radio, they were doing big things, and it was great. Sorry, more Tabasco. And I think their sound is very hard hitting. It's the lyrics are very raw and they cut deep, and some strong stuff that they talk about. I think that all goes well with the one that I'm drinking right now.
Excellent. Yeah, makes total sense. Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
They got the new single. Have you heard the new single?
Yeah, it's really good.
I really like it.
Yeah, they got a new singer now, so
yeah.
Yeah, seems like he's got the stuff for it, so I'm really chuffed. Or they wouldn't have picked someone that didn't, to be honest.
No, they wouldn't have done.
Yeah, they're good dudes. Right. This is a tough one to pin down, actually. I think I'm going to go with. This is going to sound ridiculous. It's quite. Something I've mentioned. It's like I said, there's a little bit of like a metallic sort of element to it before. It's very crisp for a red wine. So,
Okay.
and it's just kind of like it's one you can digest a lot of it, if you know what I mean. So you can have a lot of it. It's all good. So I'm going to go for Megadeth. Countdown to Extinction, because that album has a really tinny metallic sound. It's not very heavy on bass at all in that one, but it has like everything's like it's Megadeth. It's very like accurate and very twiddly.
Okay.
But also has like a little bit. You know, obviously, Megadeth has got a little bit of an aggressive tone to it as well, which I think kind of suits this really well, actually. So it's not thick and beefy like something. Like I said, like Weepy, like with like a huge, like Lonely the Brave chorus, where it's like a massive, thick wall of sound. Megadeth Countdown to Extinction, it kind of had like a much more, like, I don't know, it's a lot more like middle. Like if you scooped out all of the bass and then just had like middle and treble, you've got this like top end thing. And that's what this tastes like. This tastes like Countdown to Extinction by Megadeth. And that's not a bad thing, but it is great.
Wow, I mean, your description blew mine out of the water. I felt like I was really scrambling for a description just because I've been listening to a lot of Lonely the Brave recently. So, but
I was wondering if what I've been listening, because I haven't been listening to any Megadeth lately. I was wondering if I could actually come up with something that is based on the taste of it, which I
think you did very well.
Quite surprised actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to try. I was wondering because I've been listening to other stuff today. We're listening to a lot of sort of like dark synth wave stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fucking
okay.
good. I listen to like a lot of Terminator and Carpenter Brute and stuff like that. So they're really good. I'll send you some of that so you can have a listen to it. It's absolutely awesome. I think you'll be into it. Yeah,
Go to it.
guys. It's kind of like imagine like there's this like it's not new anymore, but it's like New Retro Wave is one of the big labels that do it all. And there's like a lot of like the resurgence of 80s retro again, but like with darker synths. So it's like dark synth music with some guitars in it as well.
Okay.
And yeah, it's mostly instrumental. You get a few that do it with vocals, like some bands like Le Broc, for example. Have you heard them?
You've mentioned them to me before, yeah.
At some point, I've been around your house, we've been drunk, but
this is that's one of the things.
It's
I was like, finish your bit, and then I'll.
You might not remember it very well for that. So I keep moving around so much. I'm on like a wheelie chair on a swivel, and I'm just like sliding down it gradually. And every time I move, I'm not in the middle of the camera anymore. I need to get one of those ones I can just attach to the front of my hat. It'll just look at me.
And just walk around with it.
I could do. One day we'll do a tour of our houses or something for you.
Yeah. That's not. Yeah, because my laptop's only little. I can take it with me. No, you made a point about Le Broc. You've definitely played on
local boys. They're from Peterborough.
Sorry.
They're from Peterborough, so they're fairly local to me.
Just up the train track there.
Yeah, 2 stops.
Yeah,
£7 or something like that for.
Dead cheap.
Used to be cheaper than that.
Oh, everything used to be cheaper.
Bloody Network Rail. Well, it's not Network Rail because I can't use my Network Rail card on there. Because Peterborough, it's like, even though it's in their map on the edge of it, it doesn't count. Apparently on the edge doesn't count for Network Rail. Fuck you, Network Rail. Take it back. I do go on Network Rail. I apologise, Network Rail. Genuinely.
So I was gonna make a point, as in like a tip to end on for people, for a tip from me, and then you can give a tip from you, because I think we did something similar last time.
We did with wine tips.
So and it actually
not just the tip,
just yes. As long as we make ourselves laugh, it's fine. Yeah. So one of the things that me and Boomer did before the lockdown took place is he would come here, and me, him, and my housemate Ben, we'd all sit around, have some drinks, and we'd share music that the other one we would maybe guess that they didn't know. Sometimes two or even all of us would know the song and the artist, and we'd just like listen. But we'd go around, we'd load up YouTube on the PlayStation, and we would just go around, and it'd be take it in turns, put on a song. No one else could complain about it or say no, I don't want to hear it. And you just go around and I found I discovered quite a bit of new music through that way. And one of the artists I discovered that way was Amigo the Devil, who we mentioned last time.
We did, yeah.
And we ended up going to see him in London. And that was a fantastic day of, when did we start drinking? Like 12?
Something like that. Whatever train we got, started on the train and then didn't stop.
Yeah, it was a very close to 24 hours of drinking, and it was a great day. That was a lovely day, man. I really enjoyed that.
Me too, man. Me too. That was a really fun day. Yeah, Ben was supposed to go with us, and he had to play a show, so he couldn't come.
Yes, yeah, he was playing a show.
More than filled his shoes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Who I understand wants to join in our conversation about wine, so we'll have to have him on.
Yeah, that was one of the nicest compliments I had about this podcast, was that, well, Bob did text me and said, like, I was going to make a point of not just naming people and saying things that they said, but I've sort of already started doing this now. But Bob said, like, it's the most frustrating podcast he'd ever heard. Because so I had to ask him to go, can you clarify that? Well, in a good way or a bad way? Because I just wanted to join in the conversation. So
there you go.
I'll take that as a good thing. I guess
I'll take it as a good thing. I mean,
to Bob and our friends, if no one else.
Oh, exactly, and that's what more can we ask for, really? What more can we ask for? But yeah, a tip from you, Mr. Boomington.
Oh fuck.
Could be anything, about anything. Wine, not wine.
A tip about anything. Other than
don't eat yellow snow.
Yeah, don't eat yellow. I mean, Frank Zappa covered that one back in the day. That's a good song, by the way. If anyone's heard that, there is don't. I should remember the lyrics of that. I'm a big fan. I mean, I've got Frank Zappa on me. I should really remember that one. There's things like watch out where the Huskies go and don't you eat that yellow snow or something like that. Good tip in life. Don't eat cheese before noon. God, what's that?
Noon?
No, that's a quote from something. That's from Airplane, I think.
Oh, that sounds. I watched Airplane literally the other day, and I must have been drunk when I was watching it because I do not remember that quote. It wasn't the first time I watched it. I watched it.
Someone pissed off at me, like telling me to come. You're a fucking idiot, you.
Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments.
Here's. Let's see. I've got nothing. I don't think of anything right now. I should think of something real quick. Have you got a tip, or did you give a tip?
I gave my tip about the music.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought that was just a story. I forgot about that.
No, that was my tip. Like, it was a story. I'm asking as a tip. Like, do that once. Even when you're not on, even in quarantine, if you're having Zoom conversations with people, share music videos and things like that. Just share music. Get people into music. More music. Music is good.
All right, I got a tip. It's a cooking tip. So,
oh, cool.
So, a lot of the time when you're cooking stuff, you're going to want to put something my wife started to find strange that I started doing. So I've started. So it's not why I'm carrying on doing it. It just makes sense to me. So when you're like cooking, you got like saucepans on the go. So you're stirring a sauce or something like that. You take it out. Now you're going to mess up your work surface when you put it down. And you don't want to leave it in there because if it's a wooden implement, you're going to burn it along the edge of it. I'll use a pen to illustrate it. So you're going to put it in there. You're going to burn it along the side where it's like sitting on the rim of the pan.
Okay.
Or if it's the metal one, the whole thing's just going to heat up. And next time you pick it up, it's going to be hot. So at the end of all saucepans, I don't have a saucepan here. We'll pretend that this bottle opener is the saucepan. So here's the handle for the saucepan. So once you're done stirring away in your pot, at the end of the saucepan is basically like, the handle. There's a hole almost always at the end of that handle. Put your thing in there and it'll stand up straight, or angle it towards the pan so it drips. Then it will drip in there. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've got holes at the end of my saucepan handles.
You don't mess up your work surface. I know the hooks are actually for like hanging them on the wall and stuff, but you can fit your stirring implement usually in the end of that, and it'll then stand like just balanced or like sticking a little bit through the bottom and hold it there.
And there you go. Nice. I like that. There you go. Tip. That was a good tip. People at home should use it.
So
Use it now.
I think that's about that. Actually, so would you recommend the wine you've got? We'll finish on that one.
I would always recommend Casillero del Diablo. I've drunk it for and like even the Merlot, which I hadn't had before. I've only had the Cabernet. Yeah. Go get a bottle of this. It just makes you feel great. Makes you feel so good.
I would say yes, if you don't want anything too heavy. If you do want something a bit heavier, this is not the one for you. If you want something light to probably go with a meal or something, or you just like feeling a bit. Imagine if you've drunk like a few pints of Guinness and then like you don't want anything heavy after it, so you want something else. This would be a really good wine to switch to. So this would be a really good wine to switch to.
Nice. Oh yeah. It's just called Wine Drink. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine quote.
Oh, I saw an amazing picture earlier on, which is fucking shitty for really anyone who might listen to this just with audio, or even just visually, because I don't have it to show it to you. But I saw a picture of the cast of Deep Space Nine with each of their heads replaced with a member of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and it's called Deep Space Nine-Nine. Send that to me. I need to have that. Just give me one episode. Give them 20 minutes long. Give me a sketch. I don't care. Please give me some Deep Space Nine-Nine. Anyway, let's end it on that one. So
yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
Yes. Cheers, everyone. And we shall see you next time for a bit of a natter and a bit of a wine.
Nine.
Wine.
Wine.